like to hear about how I nearly died as a kid? Or would you like to hear about the gay club in Amsterdam? And this person comes in behind me, and I was like, oh, can I get in the trolley with you, right? Yeah, he never got his jacket back, and I never seen him again. I've still got his jacket in the cupboard. Story time, right. Samola, what story time do you want to know? Okay, right. I got a good one, okay? You got two to choose from. Now I'm going to give them a spectrum. I'm going to put them on a spectrum. But the spectrum is, would you like to hear about how I nearly died as a kid? Or would you like to hear about the gay club in Amsterdam? Again, they're two very... I don't know why those are the first two that popped into my head. The year is 2019. And my family have decided that we want to go on a family holiday. Me, my sister, who's 2 years younger than me, and my mum and dad. We need to be here with us. And we were talking about it, and we were like, look, we want to get away for like April, you know, like the Easter break. Where should we go? And I was like, let's just go to Amsterdam. Amsterdam could be fun. There's like loads of like adult things to do there. And we're only going to go for a city break, which is a very short stay anyway. So why do we not just go for a short break, do some like adult stuff without Kian, and just like enjoy ourselves? And they were like, you know what, that could work. So we go to Amsterdam. Me and my sister and my family, mum and dad, were meant to go out. So we're all drinking in the hotel. We're like, oh yeah, good vibes, good, we're gonna go out. Anyway, so we go over to our hotel room, and on the way over, mum and dad are, do you know what, I'm actually really tired. And they were like, do you know what, we're gonna go back. And I was just like, okay. So I go to the room, my sister, and I'm like, yeah, let's get on it. We're having a few drinks. And then she just turns to me, just out of the blue, just switched, and she goes, yeah, I don't want to go out anymore. And I'm like, what? I was like, we're in Amsterdam. We've just been drinking and you're not going to come out. Mum and dad have bailed on me. Don't bail on me. You can't bail on me. You just can't bail on me. And she just looks at me and she goes, no, I'm not coming out. Oh, my sister does this. She switches like instantly. She switches. She goes, I'm not coming out. No. I don't want to come out anymore. I'm like, you've been drinking. Let's just go out. But I was pissed. Anyway, so then I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm in Amsterdam. I'm pissed. My mum and dad let me down. My sisters let me down. Do you know what? Fuck this. I'll go out by myself. So I just walk out into the middle of Amsterdam, out of the hotel room, and I'm like, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go out. The first two people I see are going down like this. They're in like kind of this park. Anyway, they're walking, and there's one guy with a trolley and a girl sat in the trolley with them. So I go to them, I was like, I was like, obviously Liam, like, oh, hi guys, how you doing? And they're like, you're right. And I was just like, yeah, sound like. I was just like, yo, I'm new in Amsterdam. Like, what's there to do in Amsterdam? And I'm like, you guys seem fun. Like, you're messing around in a trolley. And the girl was like, oh, I'm actually going home. And the guy was just like, oh, I'm going out. And I was like, oh, no way. And I was like, oh, can I get in the trolley with you, right? And I've got a video somewhere on Snapchat. Got a lift? Yeah. Hey! Yo! Yo, you give me a lift?
Of course,
look at this. But in Amsterdam, you just got to get a lift. Yeah, I mean, look at that is incredible, isn't it? So, anyway, so we walk this girl back to her house, and then it's just me and this guy, and I just like looked at him, I was like, do you still want to go out? And he was just like, yeah, let's go out. And I was like, do you know much about Amsterdam? He's like, yeah, I've lived here for years. He was like, I'll show you a good time. And I was like, oh, that sounds great. Drunk Liam. Anyway, he was like, where do you want to go? And I was like, look, you're the expert. Where are we going? He was like, I got the perfect place. That perfect place turned out to be a gay bar or a gay club. So we go into the gay club and buy my drinks all night. And in my head, I'm thinking, he's into me. He wants a bit of Liam. You know, he's probably getting me drunk for a reason, you know. So I'm a little bit worried, and I'm like, maybe. My first thought was like, maybe he's gonna spike my drink, and I was like, you know, he seems like a nice guy. He wouldn't do that. But anyway, the drinks are flowing, everything's going nice. We're having a bit of a boogie in this gay club, you know. These guys are coming out to us. I'm like, hey, loving it, right? Then I was like, where's the toilets? And then he was like, oh, the toilets are upstairs. And I was like, oh, okay. So I go upstairs, and I go upstairs by myself, and I go into this. It still pains me to say this. So I go upstairs into the toilet, and I'm having a piss in the urinal. I'm having a wee in the urinal, okay? So for those of you who don't know what urinal is, if you're a girl, or maybe, I don't know, they might just not have. A urinal is like it's like a toilet that you stand up and like weird, you know. Anyway, so I'm stood at the urinal, and I hear someone come in behind me, and this person comes in behind me, and I'm not joking when I say it. He comes in behind me and goes, "Ooh, that's a nice ass." And I'm like, I turn around and I'm like, not looking fully, I'm having a piss and turn around and I'm just like, oh yeah, thanks. It's like, he was like, oh, the things I do to that ass, and I'm like, in my head I'm like, I just need to finish this wee and get out of here, I just need to leave. He grabs my ass, like, touches it, grabs it, he's like, ooh, it's nice and juicy, and I'm like, oh bro, I was like, bro, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Anyway, and he was just like, he was like, do you like big willies? Do you like, you know, do you like big dick? And I was just like, no, I'm like, I'm not into that kind of thing. He was like, well, why are you in a gay club? He was like, look at this. And he on his phone, he had his dick on his phone, and he was like, oh, I bet you'd love this, wouldn't you? Look how big it is. He was like, can you just imagine that in your bum? And I'm like, I'm gonna go. So like, immediately right then, I didn't need a wee anymore. Like, it was almost like everything that was coming out of my body, like, sort of, it like slipped straight up, zipped straight, like everything just went back up. Everything went back up into the body, and I was just, you know what, I don't need a wee anymore. That wee that I was just doing, that needs to stop. So anyway, I'm just like, nah, I gotta get out of here. And he was like, well, fuck you then, bro. I'm just like, yeah, getting out of here. I'm not getting in there, I'm outie. So I go back downstairs and I tell my friend, well, I say he's my friend, the guy that I've met. And I was like, bro, you'll never guess this just happened. He's like, yeah, it happens all the time in gay clubs, you get used to it. And I'm like, what do you mean you get used to it? That's just a normal interaction. Oh, hey bro, wanna see how big my dick is? And like, do you know what I mean? It's just, it's not the interaction. It's not the interaction that I wanna, you know, maybe it's just an Amsterdam thing. But we carry on drinking, having a little boogie. Anyway, it gets to the end of the night, and he's just like, oh, so like, where's this going? And I'm like, what do you mean, where's this going? He's just like, we going to like an after party for like drinks? And I'm like, oh no, bro, I've got to go home. My family's waiting back home. And he was like, okay. Now I stupidly gone out in Amsterdam in literally just a really small tight tee top when I was a bit skinnier, looking a bit like. Yeah. Anyway, he was just like, oh, it's fine, bro. Like, he was like, borrow my coat, or you can borrow my jacket to go home. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he was like, just meet me tomorrow. And I was like, yeah. Obviously drunk, like, yeah, bro, I'll meet you tomorrow. We go get some food. Like, my family will go to a museum. I'll come get some food with you. I'll bring your jacket back. Yeah, he never got his jacket back, and I never seen him again. I've still got his jacket in the cupboard. Never got his jacket. So not only did I get free drinks all night, not only did I have an amazing night, minus the thing upstairs, but I got a free jacket as well. If anything, it's a winner-winner chicken dinner. I came home with the absolute dub. I came home with the Victor Royale. I came home with the big dub. The big rubber dub. The souvenir. Is it a nice jacket? Box standard.